Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Okay, getting these rafters up was just such a big deal. It's something I've been stressing about for a while, and honestly, this gave me the motivation that I need to hammer out the rest of this project. So we are nowhere near done yet. But what am I doing today? I started the second row of house wrapping. I'm not filming that for you guys because it would just be a lot of footage of my butt on a ladder. That's not, at least to me, that's not very entertaining. So I'm just working on getting that done. But so I have the house wrap up to this top corner. Before I continue around, I need to frame the gable ends. So the process for framing these gable ends is actually quite different from the rest of the framing that I've done. The technique I'm using, there's probably a lot of different ways to use this, but this is what I've picked up from Dave Whipple of Bush Radical. And it seems to be pretty simple and elegant, structurally supportive, and really just the best way to do a wall like this. So there will be a bottom plate. There's not going to be a top plate on this wall. These wall studs are going to connect directly to the rafters, and each one is going to have to be custom fit. So it may take a little bit of extra time, but I'm just going to start working and try to get it all hammered out. So here we go. Stay tuned. Oh boy, it's windy. Mamacita. Hey, hey. If you could stop, that'd be great. Oh, girl, you chose a great day to forget a hair tie. Good morning, my lovely people. Okay, it is a beautiful day here in Alaska, and we don't have too many more of these left. I should really be working on the roof today, but I'm not. Uh, I have a very small window of opportunity. Haha, window. Foreshadowing. I have a window of opportunity where some of my neighbors had some scaffolding that I could borrow because I've been trying to figure out how we're gonna get these big guys all the way up there. So I put out the bat signal on the interwebs, and somebody responded. And that person that responded just happens to live in my neighborhood. So they said they had some scaffolding that I could borrow. Timber, you stay away from those windows. But they are snowbirds, and they are heading back to the lower 48 next week. So if I want to borrow the scaffolding, I have to do it now. So I ran down to their place this morning and I picked it all up. So I'm hoping to get these windows, at least the big upper windows, installed tomorrow. But before that can happen, I have got to do some work on these windows. So I don't know if I've told the story about these. You guys, I'm not made of money. I'm building this house on a budget. I can't afford all new things. So I was looking at used windows, and my work just happened to be replacing all of their windows this early summer. And when they replaced them, they said, hey, do you want all the old windows? So I got them for free, but they need a little bit of work. They're double pane, which was great, but they're old wooden frame. I need to pull out all the old nails, and also they're painted shut. So I really don't like the look of this paint anyways. I am going to try and strip all the paint off today. This could be a much bigger chore than I want it to be. Yeah. So this is a clean strip paint and varnish stripper. Honestly, I don't know anything about these brands. I don't know what's good, what's not. So I'm just gonna give this a try and see if it works. So I've applied a coat to one of the windows, and I'm gonna wait just a couple hours and kind of let it cure into the paint. And then we're gonna see how this goes trying to take the paint off of them. I have paint scrapers, I have a sander. Hopefully, Timber, you are being a butt. Do you know that? Hopefully this is not gonna be a total fiasco, but in the meantime, I'm gonna try and get this scaffolding put together. I don't know how to put scaffolding together. I've never done it before, but here's my catchphrase. How hard could it be? Okay, first question, why are there so many wheels? These are 4, there's I think 4 more. Not that the wheels are gonna help me much here, because you know, I'm on dirt, but I think I'm gonna put them on anyway. Okay. I think I understand. I think each of these feet has 2 wheels. These are the verticals. So I'm gonna guess it goes like that. And we're gonna try to set this at the highest. Oh, can't go that way. It's gotta go this way. Tallest height. Oh. Does that go into the hole? I think this are. Stay. I don't need help. Huh. Could be right, could be wrong. I don't know. Also, by using the feet, it gives me a little extra height. Yep. Now why'd you go and do that? Okay, I have a feeling this is where it's going to get tricky. Wonder which side is up. Well, I'm going to guess the lettering should be this way. So, let's see here. Let's try going like this. And something like this. How do these guys work? Oh, I see. Okay, so how do I have a feeling this should be a two-person job, but that's the case with most everything I do. So we're just gonna make do. Oh, that's so simple. How am I gonna do this? Let's go like this first. Oh, very good. And pivot. Oh, I have a window frame. I might be able to rest this guy for a second. Pivot. Okay, hold that. Thank you, window. It's very kind. Now, just like that. One level. Don't fall. Why am I making this so hard? Alright, the doy. Okay. One more to go. Goes the other way, Caitlin. Goody. Alright, that wasn't too bad. And it gets me right where I need to be. So, I'm not 100% sure yet how we're getting the windows up the scaffolding, but we're gonna. So, yeah, that's a problem for tomorrow. Well, I never thought I'd be wearing one of these again since 2020. Painful memories, guys. I'm sure you agree. Oh gosh, Timber, get this off me. Okay, well, decision has been made. I will not be removing the paint from these windows. This has been sitting on here for an hour, this varnish remover, and went at it with the scraper. Problem is, there's 3 layers of paint on these things. So I was kind of getting the top layer off, but then I'd have to reapply it for the next layer and then the next layer. And I want these to look nice, but ultimately I will be upgrading these down the road. The same company that sold the windows to my work when they replaced these ones makes them in this size. So I will be able to get some new ones. These are going to work for me in the meantime. I really would like to be able to open my windows, especially with running that wood stove to let out some of the heat, because I have a feeling that wood stove's going to get pretty hot. But back in Oregon, Ryan and I lived in a cabin with a wood stove, and it would get really hot sometimes too. And our windows were also painted shut, and we just, it was a place we rented, we didn't own, so we couldn't do much about that. We just dealt with it, and I think it's gonna have to be something that I'm gonna have to deal with. So I am gonna finish getting these prepped and all the nails pulled out. But I think what I'm going to do, because I don't like this white, is it's already got 3 coats of paint on it. Why not add a 4th? So I'm gonna go pick up some paint, and I'm gonna paint these because it's a really nice day. They should be dry by tomorrow. They're gonna be black, and I think it's gonna look fan-freaking-tastic with my plan for the siding. I'm not giving that away yet. You guys are gonna have to stay tuned with my channel to see how this is all gonna look when it's over and done with. But yeah, I also need some more plywood for the roof. So we're gonna call it on this for right now, take a trip down to the builder supply and come back up and paint them. All right, guys, a lot's happened. I'll get you all caught up, don't worry. I gotta say, I was not for sure on this paint when I first started putting it on, because I mean, it looks like that. But look at this guy. She's pretty snazzy. It needs a little touch up, but I really like the flat black. I think that's gonna look fantastic. Well, the weather gods have spoken. It is raining, so windows are not going in today, and I don't have or people available to help me again until Friday. So, yeah, racing the weather. Okay, well, yesterday was a crapshoot. So let me get you guys caught up. I was expecting a little bit of rain yesterday, but it wasn't supposed to come in until like 3 o'clock. And that's the time that I had people coming over to help me install the windows. I mentioned I did a lot more than I was originally planning on, so let me backtrack. Decided that since I'm not stripping the windows, at least I can make sure that they're nicely waterproofed. So I'm going to reseal the windows. So on the first window, I stripped out all of the window glazing, and that took me an hour or 2. Got that all stripped out, got the panes clean, and reglazed that window. On the second one, these windows didn't leak before when they were at my work. So I decided it's not worth the time to strip out all of that glazing, but I did get some clear silicone caulk, and I caulked the edges just to add an extra little waterproofing barrier on all of the panes. After that, I painted those windows, and they looked fantastic. That all happened on Tuesday. Yesterday was Wednesday, window install day. So I came up and I did just a little bit of touch-up paint on those windows. I expected that it would dry before the rain got here. I was hoping it wouldn't be too much rain and we could still install the windows. Well, the rain came in early, and it started raining on my wet paint, and the paint was running all over the panes. It was making a huge mess, ruining all of my hard work. I did my best to get them cleaned up and covered, but at that point, everything was getting soaked, and I decided it was not gonna be a day to install windows. It just wasn't happening. So today, I have too many irons in the fire. I have been working on house wrapping. I've been working on prepping windows. I did a little bit of work on the water well. You guys are gonna see all of that coming once I finish these things. But the problem is, And I'm working on framing the gable ends. So I started a bunch of things and was working on too many things and nothing was getting completed. So I have myself on a schedule today to finish some projects. So now I need to get back to work on the gable ends, get them finished today so that tomorrow windows can go in and then I can focus solely on the roof. I am beat. But I am officially done framing. That feels really, really good. I still need to get up on a ladder from the outside and secure the bottom sections of that sheathing. So I gotta go paint the windows, the two smaller ones, and then I am finally done for today.